I want to start with something that I think will resonate with a lot of people. You know you deserve better. That is not the problem. The problem is that knowing and doing are two completely different things. And the gap between knowing you deserve more and actually choosing more is where a lot of us live. Sometimes for years. Today I want to get into that gap, not to shame anyone for being in it, but because I believe that understanding why we settle, really understanding it, is the only thing that can actually change it. Let's start with the most honest answer to why we settle. We settle because settling feels safer than the alternative. Not consciously, not usually, but at the level of the nervous system, where most of our important decisions are actually made. The no is safer than the unknown, even when the known is insufficient, even when we are unhappy, even when we know rationally that we deserve more. Because the alternative to settling is reaching out for more. And reaching for more means risking not getting it. And that risk, the risk of trying and failing, of living and ending up alone, of letting go and having nothing to hold on to, is genuinely terrifying than the part of us that is wired for survival. So we stay, not because we don't know better, but because staying, even in something insufficient, feels like the safer bet. The second reason we settle is more specific and painful. We settle because, deep down, beneath the affirmations, the self-love content, and the intellectual understanding that we deserve more, a part of us does not usually believe we will get it. Not really, not for us. We can believe in an abstract that people deserve good things. We can believe for our friends. We can say it more in other people's life. But for ourselves, there's this quiet and underlying belief that the good things is available to other people. That our specific history, our specific flaws, our specific story somehow puts us outside the category of people who get what they truly deserve. And settling, choosing the almost, is usually the way of preempting the disappointment of reaching for the real thing and being told no. If I don't fully reach, I can't fully feel. If I don't fully commit to deserving more, I can't be fully devastated when it does not come. That is protection. A very human, understanding form of protection. But it is also a prison. The third thing, or the third reason we settle, is comfort. Familiarity. The gravitational pull of what we know, even when we know is insufficient, is predictable. And predictability is something that the nervous system prizes above almost everything else. The relationship that is not quite right, but you know it's rhythms and patterns. The job that drains you, but you know what to expect tomorrow. The life that almost what you wanted, but you have built an infrastructure around it. Leaving all of that, even for something better, requires dismantling something. And dismantling is scary, even when what you are dismantling is not serving you. So what do you actually do about it? The first thing is to name the settling explicitly, not vaguely. I know I deserve better. Specifically, what exactly are you settling? In what relationship? In what area of your work? In what aspect of how you treat yourself? Vague awareness of settling does not change behavior. Specific naming does. The second thing is to examine the belief underneath the settling. What do I actually believe about my own deservingness here? What do I believe will happen if I reach for more? Write it down, because the belief that is driving the settling is usually operating below the cautious awareness. Bringing it to the surface begins to reduce its power. The third thing is to practice reaching in small, slow stick away. Because if you have been in a pattern of settling for a long time, going from settling to fully claiming what you deserve is a massive leap. And massive leaps are often too scary to actually take. What small reaches are manageable? Asking for what you need in a small situation. Saying no to something insufficient. Choosing yourself in one small ways you have not before. Each small reach builds evidence that reaching is survivable, that the world does not end when you claim what you deserve. The fourth thing is to addressing the core belief about your own worth. Because untimely settling is a symbol of not fully believing in your own value. And that belief, wherever it came from, can be changed through consistent self-advocacy, through therapy, through gathering new evidence, through relationships, where you are valued not despite who you are, but because of it. I want to close with this. You deserve the full thing, not the almost, not the good enough, not the it could be worse. The full, aligned, genuine good thing in your relationships, in your work, in your life, in how you are treated. And the first step towards having it is to really believing that it's available for you or to you, not just to other people, to you specifically. You deserve, not the exception to the rule of deserving good things. You are included. Drop more in the comments if you are choosing to reach for more today, and share this with someone who has been settling for almost long enough. I will see you in the next one.